interacting with NPCs and the world. Ah, NPCs. Those lovely little guys that annoy us, help us, make us laugh, and frustrate the ever-living hell out of us at times. Without NPCs, would a game truly be a game? Probably not. But what if I told you that you have to talk to NPCs like you talk to a real person you met at the grocery store or the bank? Would you still consider it a game? Perhaps that's a tad too philosophical for the scope of this video, but let me tell you this. If you've never played a MUD before, interacting with NPCs in this game is going to be more foreign than the surface of Mars to you. This is the area where I struggled the absolute most, and to be honest, still struggle a lot of times. Interacting with NPCs sometimes feels like pulling your hair out, setting your head on fire, then trying to put it out, but all at the same time. It can be extremely frustrating at times, but it also adds a level of immersion that is completely lacking from most other games. You're not just clicking next or choosing from a radial wheel of 3 options. You, the player, need to progress the conversation, steering the NPC in the direction to give you the information you're wanting or needing. It's unnatural, or at least it was for an introvert like me. I don't think this way. I don't steer conversations usually because I don't have a lot of conversations with people typically, except in Discord anyway. Shout out to join my Discord, wink wink, nudge nudge, but that's Discord, not my video game. So no matter what, it just feels kind of odd. Regardless, if you want to do your basic starter quest for some classes or do any other quest whatsoever, you need to be able to figure out what an NPC wants you to say to progress the conversation. Sometimes it's as simple as asking if they have any work for you. Sometimes it's as simple as asking for a cure. Other times it's convoluted and there's hints that other NPCs will give that will lead you to an answer in a conversation with someone else. It's a lot, and I am by no means an expert on this. However, there's a trick that'll work a lot of the time, if not always. If you cannot figure out how to get the conversation to progress, try retyping everything they've said to you, sentence by sentence. Sometimes within those sentences, you'll find the magic keyword to progress. It doesn't always work, but has worked multiple times for me when I got stuck, so it's definitely worth a try. Anyway, the other super important thing you need to keep in mind when talking to NPCs is that in order to turn items into NPCs, you need to drag them out of your inventory onto your mouse cursor and drop it on the NPC to trade the item to them. Once you do this a few times, it won't feel so strange. Why don't more games have this kind of system? Honestly, this one felt very natural to me once I did it a few times and got used to it. The combination of hailing, with H by default, an NPC, asking them various questions, rooting through the information to find the keyword, and getting the response is a minigame in and of itself. Some of you will love it, and others will be in the annoyed camp alongside me. I have found some little or unknown keywords in the past, but I wouldn't call it an enjoyable experience. But that's my personal opinion. To each their own. Some people have told me that they love the system, and I'm happy for those people. Look, just try to get used to interacting with the NPCs. You're not going to get very far if you can't start or turn in a basic quest. For everything else, you can ask others or check the wiki. And if you can't get an answer, can't figure it out, just come back later. Similarly, for interacting with the world, we have MUD commands. There is a list of MUD commands on the website in the new player guide, as well as available in-game on the interactions window, as well as the command window, both of which are enabled by default on your UI. Some are fairly straightforward, but others will be more complex and confusing, but there will be a message that pops up when you try to use the command that will help you figure out how to use it. Some MUD commands will require you to hold a specific item in your hand, that is to say mouse cursor, to use them. It's another confusing thing, but it makes sense when you think about it. How are you going to throw a grappling hook if it isn't in your hand? It's an extra step that, in my opinion, increases the immersion of the game.